We'll talk about a career change. Former NFL kicker and sports broadcaster Jay Feely is trading his days on the gridiron for the halls of Congress. He's announced that he's going to be a congressional campaign. He's plans to kick Washington into shape, as he says, if he is elected. He joins me now. Jay, great to have you on. You were running as a Republican candidate for Arizona's 5th congressional district. What do you think needs to change there in Arizona, and why run for Congress?
Well, I'm running for Congress in Andy Biggs' seat. Andy Biggs has been a great advocate for Arizona and for America First policies. He's running for governor. He decided not to run for his seat. And I had told President Trump and Jim Jordan a few years ago when they talked to me about running. I wasn't ready at that time, but I said if Andy Biggs ever decides not to run for re-election, I would be interested in that seat. It's where I've lived for the last 15 years since I played for the Cardinals. It's where my wife and I have invested in the community. And we want to continue President Trump's America First policy. Just look at the difference that's happened in this week. When you look at what came out about President Biden, what the American people already knew, and the fact that they hid his cognitive decline from the American people, that the Democrats were complicit in that the administration was complicit in that. And then you look at President Trump and what he's been able to do in 1 week. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And you look at the differences in these two the presidencies. I mean, Trump is getting stuff done. It's just been over 100 days, and he's bringing peace to the Middle East. He's closed the border. But Arizona's a border state as well. And this has been a major issue, the southern border. What's your takeaway from it? And do you think that that's going to be something that you'll run on as well?
I think that's the biggest issue when you look at what the Democrats did the last 4 years. They willingly put policies and what they were trying to do with their partisan politics in front of the protection of the American people. They should stand in front of the American people and apologize every day because they said, we need a bill to fix the border. We need a bill to fix the border. And then President Trump has done it in 100 days. All those people that had their children hurt either by an illegal or by fentanyl. I mean, he just got China to commit to reducing the pipeline to fentanyl. Biden could have done that. They didn't choose to do it. They didn't have the strength and the will to do it. President Trump has had that fortitude. And here in Arizona, we see the impact of those illegals coming across the border. And, I'll make one point. It's really interesting because, all you've heard from the Democrats is talking about due process and criticizing President Trump. President Obama had over 2 million illegals deported.
Yep.
And you can look at ACLU. They did many articles talking about President Obama and the fact that he didn't use due process, that he prioritized speed over due process. But you don't hear anybody from the Democrat Party ever talking about that.
Yeah, your state's interesting, too, because you got a lot of people coming over from California to Arizona. Does that change the politics at all in Arizona?
It's certainly gotten purple. I mean, you look at the fact that we have a Democrat governor right now. All Katie Hobbs does is veto the bills coming from the House and the Senate. And we have 2 Democrat senators as well. So that's why Andy Biggs is running for governor. I think we need a strong Republican as our governor leading our state. I'm hopeful that we can get back to having that right kind of leadership here in Arizona that's right for the people, because the people in Arizona, they are a center-right people. They want their freedoms. They want to go out and they want a great future for their family. And that's really what my campaign is about. It's more than winning a seat in Congress. It's about restoring the American dream, defending our values, securing our future for our children. We want to make America great again, and we want to keep it that way.
Absolutely. Just last, before I let you go, are there any similarities or differences, in your opinion, with sports and politics?
I think there's a lot of carryover for me. I mean, I was on the NFLPA executive committee throughout my career, playing, negotiating with the owners, sitting across the table from them in the federal mediation building. But I think more than anything, you need to have courage. To be an NFL player, you have to have a confidence in yourself. You have to be able to handle failure, and you have to be able to handle the pressure. You look at what's going on in D.C. right now, they have to be able to handle defeat and finding out how to have that fortitude to go forward. Just look at President Trump. He loses an election. He decides to come back and fight even after being shot. And that was a huge moment for me. If he's willing to continue to fight for our country, we should be willing as Americans to sacrifice for our country. It's one of the reasons why I'm running.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you all the best. My parents live out in Arizona, and I've watched you lots of games there as a Cardinal. So I appreciate you coming on. It was really nice.
Well, hi to your parents.
Well, they're watching right now. They probably.
There we go. Hi, Mom and Dad.
All right. Jay Feely, thank you so much. I appreciate it.